Okay, we're ready to start. Are you ready to receive some awards? We actually had more nominations this year than we ever have in history. We had more award categories, and it added an added level of complexity for the judging panel that we had. Yet it was fantastic because it was incredible amounts of innovation that we saw. And it's been, 3 years since we've been in person before, and it's so nice to be back to be able to do it this way. Doing it virtually, it's not the same. What I'm going to do on these awards, I'm going to say a little something about the award and about kind of a little reason why they won. And I'm going to tell you what the product is, but I'm not going to tell you who the company is. So a few of you are going to... That was impressive. This is solid crystal too, so we'll see how well that holds up. That was like a dominoes fall. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to tell you that you're going to have a clue before I say the company name that won, because if you know what their product is, then you might figure it out. The first award is in a category of most innovative memory technology, and we're going to jump around a little bit. In that category, we have quite a few winners because, like comparing apples and oranges, if someone does test equipment and someone else does a controller, you can't really compare the two. So if it rose to a bar of real innovation in a given subcategory, then my judging panel wanted to give that award. This particular subcategory is in SSDs, and it was one that was all about next generation of solid state disk. And it was really something because this one implemented with a product they call their CM7. It hit on all green lights of innovation, from PCIe 5.0, NVMe 2.0, EDSFF form factor E3.S technology, 2.5-inch form factor, FIPS 140-3 for added levels of security module validation, maximum capacity over 30 terabytes in a single drive. You probably know who this product company is. It's Kioxia. And come on up. They're small in size, but they're pretty heavy. Okay, our next... Okay, so this next one, it's all about, we get into the whole hardware thing, but this one based on their software stack. Their data services, storage, software management were key differentiators in this, and it's a collaboration of two vendors. And we called this category customer implementation, and very often we think of customer as the end customer. In this particular case, it was one of a big customer of the person who innovated the technology that then brings that to market. And it was really cool because this one was a product called Flashbox, and it was the integration of storage with DPUs, 100 gigabit network interface connections, NVMe, TCP, or RDMA over converged Ethernet, being able to deliver up to 12 million IOPS. Pretty impressive technology, and this is the collaboration of Viking and Calray. Greg McNeil, Tim Lieber, come on up. Okay, you guys have heard of RAID technology, right? What's always one of the challenges of RAID is it affects performance. So you're kind of compromising some things. This particular vendor with their Supreme RAID solution, storage solution, world's first NVMe over Fabric RAID card that delivers 100% of available SSD performance, eliminates the traditional bottleneck. And this award goes to Grade Technology. Okay, we're now in most innovative startup company, and in this one, real interesting thing was we were looking at storage management software. It's not just the end customer. At times, it's cloud service provider, managed service providers, which really push the envelope on performance and the feature stack of what they need being significant. And this particular vendor had a really elegant architecture in terms of software and their ability to deliver high availability in the infrastructure and fully managed full data storage services. Utilizing commodity-based hardware, but being able to leverage that for a competitive advantage of high availability and shared storage system for demanding applications. Like to call up StorePool. This is pretty impressive. The last two have been founders of their companies. This one's in a consumer application category. And specifically, this nomination, when looking at applications, they were looking at high-def photography, video capture using, cinema cameras and requiring the highest performance out of that kind of streaming application. The particular award is utilizing from one vendor their SSD controllers, from another vendor their memory cards, so this was a collaboration. And they were able to achieve the industry's highest performance, lowest power, with a PCIe NVMe flash storage device. And the integrated solution used something called adaptive thermal control that was actually certified at IP67 for dustproof, water resistant, tackling any kind of overheating, shock, I mean the full gamut of certifications. And this award goes to Marvell and Exocet. Okay, this next award is in a business application category. And specifically, one of the specific things that this particular product is highly impressive in is in hypercompute for analytic type of demands, linear scalability, needing quality of service to handle the extreme performance requirements in that hypercompute environment. Their product is called the Hardware Enhanced Query System, and it's with an in-memory processor architecture, a very specialized I/O processor design, and it's uniquely designed to run queries at storage peak performance, leveraging NVMe drives and reducing data movement through their architecture. Really very impressive architecture that they have, and this goes to NeuroBlade. Maybe I should take my tie off. I think I overdressed for this occasion, right? Should I start taking clothes off? Please don't. Yeah, good answer. Okay, so in the business category, this one was spanning a lot of vertical market segments. We were looking at healthcare, financial services, industrial IoT type of companies, and their product that we're recognizing is called the Panther 3 DPU Storage Accelerator. It delivers on really low latency capabilities, 200 gigabit per second throughput, data reduction, security acceleration, and for hyperscale and enterprise kind of environments, the kind of performance level, scale, high availability, resiliency, capacity, optimization, it really hit on all gears. And this goes to Max Linear. I don't feel so bad. You were styling right there. That's good. Okay, so when this particular one is in the hyperscaler implementation, and it was a hyperscaler customer, extremely large in size, required a very high level of extreme performance in being able to really get a competitive advantage in what they were doing as a hyperscaler. And it's a top 5 SaaS provider, and operating in a very complex type of infrastructure, managing tens of thousands of database instances with petabytes of NVMe SSD storage, and delivering tens of billions of queries per hour. Massive infrastructure environment. This award is the product. I told you the product first. Extreme Data Processor XDP, and the vendor is Pliops. Okay, so the next category happens to be a new category this year, sustainability. And we got a ton of nominations in this category. It just shows that the timing was right to bring this category online. And We have two winners because what each of them does was totally different in concept. And the first one I want to recognize involves sustainability memory storage products having the potential to reduce all the environmental impact and transform data centers for their workloads. But the thing that was so unique about this application was it transcended far beyond the sustainability of their products. The nomination went into all the high degrees of recyclability that they've done, manufacturing, vertically integrating smart factories, their distribution of products from a sustainability, and how they reduced weight, emissions, along with life cycle disposal of product. It was pretty impressive. And this category we call supply chain optimization, and this goes to Western Digital. Okay, so there was another winner in this category because something equally impressed our judging panel when we looked at sustainability, starting with how you accurately measure a device's power and cooling. You can't really get into the whole metric unless you've got the equipment to be able to capture that information. And this particular company is one that we want to recognize for their power and analysis tools, enabling engineers to not only characterize the power performance of storage arrays from sleep states to very highly intensive, customer workload environments, but even more importantly, it provided the information for customers to select the best product for the job. And with this, we wanted to recognize Quarsh Technology. Did I say that right? It's kind of like, how on food products, when you buy them, it tells you, everything about that product. Think about there's technology behind what's doing all that. Who's figuring it out? Anyway, okay, we're going back to most innovative memory technology in a category of all-flash storage arrays. And this particular product, it's called the ESS 3500 all-flash storage array. And it's one where customers can start with a single storage node, as little as 48 terabytes, and grow to thousands of nodes, up to 633 yottabytes. And I know, Ken Steinhardt, you know what yottabytes are. It's big, yes, it's big. And provides up to 91 gigabits per second of read performance with a single system and over 20 million IOPS in a 2U package. This award goes to IBM. Okay, so this next one is collaboration of two companies, and it was one that when we were looking at service level objectives, SLOs, and how to achieve those, and in a category of in-memory software, but also needing the packaging and platform to be able to execute to that. The combination of these vendors was with one vendor's platform and the other company's memory machine. That's a clue. And it's all about the ability for data to be accessed, tiered, scaled, protected, while in memory, which is complemented by this very unique architecture where they can intelligently move hot data to a DRAM tier for extreme high performance, and warm data, on the other hand, could be placed on a persistent memory tier below that for optimal performance. So I've given some clues there, and this is the collaboration of Supermicro and Memverge. Come on up. Hey Frank, can we make you a photographer? I mean, you look pretty good at that, Okay, our judging panel broke a rule this year that we've had ever since we've done the award program. We never gave more than one award a year to a company. And there was a reason for that. We would evaluate what we saw as their best product. This year, we happened to give this company a company award. So the judging panel said we're making an exception because they wanted to give an award for the product area also. And it made it really tough not to, because of the 9 judges we had, all 9 judges had this as a #1. So I was with the task of deciding, and we decided collectively we were going to do 2 awards for 1 company, only once. So Eric Herzog, Infinidat, listen carefully. You're not going to win more than 1 a year, okay, ever. Okay, so this particular innovation happened actually in the world of hard disk drives. And it was integrating, not in a hybrid drive, but fully integrating NAND flash into the drive for new levels of areal density, increased capacity, greater resiliency, just incredible level of innovation of what they did integration-wise. And it was fully vertical integrated. It's technology they call iNAND, Universal Flash Storage Embedded, and it's this OptiNAND, which utilizes very innovative firmware algorithms and system on a chip to control communications, and then deliver to these unprecedented levels of density, areal density, capacity, performance, and enhanced resiliency. So with no further ado, second award to Western Digital. Okay, so this next one is in actually NAND flash architecture. And architecture is one of those things that could potentially make a difference towards next generation of NAND technology. And whether it's QLC, TLC, storage class memory, the actual semiconductor manufacturers are faced with the challenge of advancing memory technology each generation to new levels of performance, reducing cost of those solutions, but then there's challenges in terms of performance with each generation and resiliency and all kinds of things with each generation. So we're proud to recognize this particular company's product, and the clue is it's called XNAND. It's a new architecture offering the highest levels of performance and low-cost memory technology that can actually make a difference of being able to, as an example, take something that would be at TLC, but at performance levels of SLC. Really incredible in terms of a new architecture, and we want to recognize Neo Semiconductor. Come on up. this is one that we actually created a new category on. And it was in the area of NAND flash, and we called the category heterogeneous memory integration, because they had a very innovative approach to, with a technology they called X-tacking architecture. And it's one that actually does 3D NAND stacking. And it's a technique on the memory wafer which can deliver much greater levels of density, much higher performance versus conventional CMOS platforms. Really impressive type of technology of what we wanted to really award that level of innovation, and this goes to YMTC. They also traveled the furthest to get here, I think, of any company. So I don't know if they know what time zone they're in right now, but they are awake, which is good. You know, we could do a game show out of this where I give you clues along the way and shout out, you know, what you think it is, who it is. This next one is in a controller category. And in this particular situation, it was one where we were looking at application workloads that are AI-based data analytics, where quality of service is really driven by storage controller technology. And this particular product, which is called the SMC 2000 Smart Memory Controller, is one that right from the engine itself, it's programmable machine learning, capable of a variety of pattern recognition and classification functions for performance efficiencies, coupled with very advanced credit management technology. And it hits on all the levels of quality of service, and also to really address cloud data center kind of workload environments. This goes to Microchip. Okay, any of you hear of DRAM technology? We expanded this show, if you've noticed at the conference, to address all forms of high-performance memory. And that was something really exciting that we did on the program this year, but it also was impactful for the awards program. And you know, when you start to look at things like autonomous vehicles, video surveillance, IoT automation, embedded applications, they all need high-performance DRAM as a part of, you know, operating at a very wide range of temperatures also. This particular product is one that has ultra-temperature DRAM memory, which can operate from a chilling 40 degrees centimeter. What is that in our world here? What's that? Okay, to a scorching 125 degrees centimeter. Tom, 125?
No, centigrade.
Centigrade. Excuse me, centigrade. What does that translate to? Okay. So this is one that was really impressive. It had their ultra temperature DRAM memory, 45U gold finger connection, side fill technology that protects, strengthens strengthens the solder joints against thermal and mechanical stress, anti-sulfuration, protecting components against silver alloy corrosion caused by sulfur, built-in thermal sensors. The thing was pretty impressive to handle any kind of environment. And this award goes to Enodisc. Tom, you're a temperature expert. Okay, I almost forgot a product company in this category of a hyperscaler implementation. And it's one that hyperscalers come in all kinds of sizes. You've got cloud service providers, managed service providers, managed hosting providers, and the bar is set really high with those kind of organizations for what they expect and to provide storage as a service to a massive amount of customers concurrently, and needing cyber resiliency and continuous access to storage resources. This particular vendor with their InfiniBox, Clue, Infiniverse in the software area, and providing 100% availability guarantee. 100% guarantee. Unmatched real-world application performance, powerful cyber storage resiliency, Infinidat. Okay, and the last two are ones that are very near and dear to my heart. I served for over a decade on the board of industry associations in this field, and these people put in tremendous hard work. The first one I want to recognize is a standards group that, with the emergence of NVMe and NVMe over fabrics, which has become pervasive technologies now. And they have taken the specification to a new level, including support for hard drives now. Spec includes independent command sets and new features for zone namespace and key value. This award goes to the NVMe Express Group for their 2.0 specification. I hope you're working on 3.0 now. Get to work, guys. Okay, the last but not least is one I was a part of the actual founding of this particular organization. And it's one that this is actually the first 1.0 of this particular specification and architecture. And it's one that is all about computational storage, a huge emerging field. And they put together an incredible specification and architecture that's going to really make a difference for the industry as we look at computational storage devices really coming online. And this particular implementation is addressing the storage processors, the drivers, the arrays, the host agents, and a new model for all of this coming together for CPU memory and fabric. SNIA, come on up. Computational Storage Architecture 1.0. With that, that concludes the award ceremony 2022. Time to party, everybody, and congratulations to all the winners.